Story 1. It's really nice. I was alone for much of my 20s and faced many struggles with hardly anyone by my side. Having someone who is always on my team is wonderful. We may not always agree, but we always have each other's backs. That being said, if he leaves for someone else or has the audacity to pass away, I will remain single. I am not willing to endure the challenges of modern dating again. One good relationship is enough. Story 2. Absolutely fantastic. We have been married 23 years as of this week, and they have been the best years of my life. Story 3. I absolutely love it. I am incredibly lucky to have a wife who puts up with me and is also stunning. Story 4. My favorite part of life has been being together for 10 years and married for 2, now with a 4-month-old baby. I am living everything I wished for. Story 5. Great. Together for almost 23 years, and we still really like one another. We have mutual respect and trust. We've never argued. We've disagreed, but yelling doesn't happen in our relationship. I love being married, and I'm glad I was willing to stay single if I didn't meet the right person for me. I was engaged twice before I met my husband at 29. If I had married either of them, I would have been miserable. We have a great time together, but we also spend time apart. It's a wonderful balance. He's fantastic at staying level-headed, which tempers my impulsivity. He's also a little uptight, so my relaxed attitude about life helps him loosen up a bit. Story 6. Pretty awesome. We've been together for 9 years. Yesterday was our 2nd anniversary. She is my favorite. Through thick and thin, I know she has my back. Story 7. 52 years have brought many ups and downs, but commitment is key. If both partners are not equally committed to making it work, it will not succeed. Story 8. Marriage to my spouse is one of the few choices I have made that didn't harm my present or future self. My wife is amazing. Story 9. I would say things are going well, and to make it work, it requires a team effort. I am just uncomfortable with the fact that her gym coach is part of the team. Story 10. I love it. My husband is wonderful. It's our 3rd wedding anniversary in 9 days, and he is still the same romantic goof that I fell madly in love with. Story 11. 45 of the best years of my life, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Nothing could ever compare to what we have. Story 12. It could be better. We have been married for 5 years, and now we are facing difficulties in our relationship. I hope it does not end in divorce. Story 13. Not a day goes by that I don't think about my wife and how happy I am to have her in my life. We are both very social people and have many friends, but I can unequivocally say we are each other's best friends. We met later in life and have a blended family of 3 older children from her first marriage and an 8-year-old of our own. It's not always easy, but if you are honest with each other and face life's challenges together as a team, you can get through anything. I am truly blessed. Story 14. Within 2 weeks of meeting, we became inseparable, and now, 22 years later, it remains the same. We can spend and have spent all our time together and never get bored. Story 15. Ecstatic. I met someone amazing on a dating app 4 years ago. We got engaged on our 4th date and were married 4 months later. It was the best decision ever. Story 16. I got married 6 months ago. I would say things are good. I don't see any changes from being boyfriend and girlfriend, aside from the state recognizing us as a couple and the benefits that come with that. Story 17. A blast. We have a lot of fun together, but I want to emphasize that it's a blast because we have established the groundwork for it to be great. Story 18. Amazing. There isn't a day when I would ever want to be without him. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Emily Bronte. Story 19. We have a great time and a lovely life. It really helps that our values align and that we would be friends even if we weren't romantically involved. Story 20. I wish we could go on more dates, but without anyone to help with the baby, it's tough. However, we make it work and still go out, just bringing a tiny, crazier version of me everywhere. I love him a lot. He makes me happy. Last year was difficult with a series of challenges, but we had each other and our health, and that's what matters. Story 21. Varying degrees between heaven and hell, but mostly pretty great. Today is unremarkable. I said I would go out to breakfast with my husband this morning before work, but I ended up with a work project and couldn't. He is upset because I didn't prioritize him. It's just the way it is. No loud words were spoken. In fact, very few words have been exchanged. Most of the time, we make each other better people. Other days, we should just stay in different parts of the house. Story 22. With love, respect, and honesty in equal parts, it works. Just don't rush to find the person. Life takes its time. If you don't have to pretend to be someone else and can still make the other person's eyes glimmer and heart warm, then you are ready. Story 23. Predictable, not in a bad way, but in knowing what to expect. Understanding what is or isn't going to happen, similar to good teamwork. Story 24. It's amazing to have a best friend living with you, sharing experiences and supporting each other financially. Story 25. Wonderful. Hard times bring us closer together. My husband was just laid off, but we are staying positive and making things work. We always thrive as a team and support one another while pulling our weight during challenging times. Story 26. 33 years. No regrets. It hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows, but I wouldn't change a thing, except for moving to New Mexico. That I would change. Story 27. 48 years so far. We got engaged after just a few months of dating, and she then moved 1,000 miles away for graduate school during our engagement. Story 28. Amazing. While we have experienced our ups and downs over the last 25 years, we are each other's support. She is also very pretty and a wonderful person to spend time with. Story 29. Practically perfect. The issues we have are minor. My personal issue is my depression. This is my second marriage, and it's nice being with someone who isn't toxic. We communicate really well and we don't play games. My ex would instigate a fight by triggering me with something. If anyone wants a happy life, communication is key. Don't play with your partner's feelings. Story 30. I got married young at 22 out of immaturity. I have 2 great kids, but I went through a divorce after 10 years because we became different people. I remarried at 37 and had 6 wonderful years together. Then my spouse decided they didn't want to be married anymore, which broke me, as I thought I had found my soulmate. Now I have been single for just over a year. I don't foresee coupling up in my future at this point. I'm enjoying getting to know myself, having the freedom to travel, and spending more time with friends. It's lonely sometimes, but adventure is always around the corner. Story 31. Currently on the patio having a couple of post-work beers after a tough week, venting to each other about our difficult coworkers. It's enjoyable. Life would be a lot more depressing alone. Story 32. Hooked up in 1998 and became inseparable, married in 2017. Our parents' multiple divorces put us off for a long time. Marital life with the right person is fun, reassuring, occasionally surprising, and overall fulfilling. Having someone laugh at your jokes and still think you're beautiful after so many years while genuinely enjoying your company is so much better than biological families. It's family you choose, not family you're stuck with. Being child-free has kept our relationship fresher than most marriages. Being brought coffee in bed every morning is as pleasurable as intimacy these days. I joke that I'm after him putting a different kind of hot liquid in me now that we're getting older. There's so much security in having someone to help you navigate life and watch your back. Story 33. She is a great person whom I love and respect. However, I believe she could have done better, and most days I do not think we are compatible. I also feel that I am being monitored without my consent. Story 34. I can't imagine life without him. We have been friends since 1999, attended high school and college together, started dating after graduating in 2005, and got married in 2007. We always got along well, but the COVID-19 pandemic made us closer than ever, and we would rather be home together than doing anything else. Story 35. Excellent. We may have a miscommunication at times, but we have mastered the art of communication once we allow our emotions to cool. We have been married for 17 years. Story 36. a box of rocks, an emotional roller coaster. If it is not one thing, it is another. Arguments arise for no reason. They do not want to accept what you say, but if someone else says the same thing, they will accept it. They refuse to take advice until your advice is thoroughly agreed upon. When was the last time? I forgot. Story 37. If you meet the right person, it is amazing. If you are unsure, then they probably are not the one. I have been married for 20 years now, and the time has flown by. My wish for all of you is to find this for yourselves. Story 38. 11 years in, marriage requires continuous effort, compromise, and understanding to thrive. If you get those things right, it is the absolute best. The only family member in life who chooses you is your spouse. Story 39. We have been together for 14 years and love each other more each day than we did the day before. My husband is truly my person, and I know I am his. Story 40. Absolutely blessed to have my husband. We have been together since we were 15, and now we are 35. He has been my rock through all of our hardships. Story 41. It's like spending the rest of your life with your best friend, who you are intimate with, but they are also your biggest prankster. Story 42. I'm currently sitting between my wife, who is playing Monster Hunter Wilds on my PC, and one of our 2 Shiba Inus, in a blanket fort I built, so she could watch Moana 2. Everything is pretty good. Story 43. Amazing, beyond my expectations. We have known each other since high school. I was 16 and he was 15. We started dating and have been together since then. We got married last year. I am the happiest person in the world. He is an amazing partner and man. Story 44. We are partners. She excels where I fail and I try to fill the other gaps. We do not attempt to change one another. It is a team. Story 45. I'm on my second marriage. At this time, 7 years into my first marriage, I was actively considering suicide. I had a difficult work life and an abusive wife who cheated. I was scared to leave because I thought she would take my child and my livelihood. This time around, I'm very happy and love going on little morning coffee dates with my wife every day. Story 46. Together for 21 years. My wife is my best friend, and I love spending time with her every day. Story 47. Easy, fun, and secure. He is my best friend. There is never-ending respect and commitment from us both. He makes me feel loved every day. We have been together for 11 years and married for 9. We are trying our hardest to teach our kids what a healthy and happy marriage looks like. Story 48. I didn't find him until I was 40, and I like that we know ourselves and keep it working because we work at it. It's happy, comfortable, loving, and just really nice. There are no big highs most of the time, and knock on wood, no major lows very often. Story 49. 29 years this November to someone who is always working hard to be a better human. Right now, he is all I could wish for. Kind, compassionate, funny, smart, and very good company. Story 50. We have been together for 14 years and married for 4. Currently, we feel a bit bored and exhausted due to our work schedules and raising preschoolers. However, we get through it together, often melting into the couch to relax or read separately while listening to music most nights. We try to carve out some time for babysitter nights to enjoy plays, movies, and drinks, but this phase of life isn't particularly exciting for us. We laugh a lot, playfully touch each other, and occasionally enjoy drinking card games and dance parties in the living room on Saturday nights after our child is asleep. It's a solid experience. Currently, we do sleep separately, which is a matter of survival. An early riser who is a light sleeper with insomnia paired with a night owl who tends to kick in their sleep and snore may not be meant to share a bed, no matter how much they love each other. Story 51. Going to reach 30 years in October, and it has been great. There are no major problems. We both contribute and communicate as best we can. We have raised 3 kind and thoughtful young adults. Story 52. The best decision I ever made almost 30 years ago. Every time I look at him, I still see him as young, strong, perverted, and everything that makes a young man a star. Chantal Kreviazuk. Story 53. She is cool and easy to get along with. Our sex life is great. She lets me go to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the gym whenever I want. She can do whatever she wants on Fridays and Saturdays. I'll watch the kid or she will. It's pretty balanced. I love doing laundry and deep cleaning, and she likes to cook. The only thing we bicker about is who is changing the dirty diaper. Story 54. Honestly, it's great. My husband is my best friend. Due to childhood trauma and the loss of my daughter, I never slept well at night because I always felt scared and unsafe. This man changed my life, and I know I have changed his for the better. Story 55. I have been with my husband since I was 14 years old. I am now 31 years old. I would like to qualify our marriage as a good book that you can't put down. But instead, it feels more like a video game. You try really hard to reach the boss at the end, but then you get stuck on one level and decide to stay there because it's enjoyable. When you finally have the courage to move past that level, you feel accomplished because you overcame the challenge. Then you meet the boss and think, this is really hard, but I like this game. That's essentially what happened in our relationship. At 14 years old, I thought, I really like this guy. From 15 to 18 years old, I still thought, I really like this guy. And I had no idea what I would do with the rest of my life. I knew I wanted to be with him, though. From 19 to 25, I still really liked him, and we got engaged, level completed. From 25 to 30, I still really liked him, and we had a baby, raising our child to toddler level. From 30 to 31, we reached the boss stage. I still really like this guy. It has been a challenging road to get here, but I am not going anywhere because this game is fun. So, let's get started and play again. Story 56. Complicated and frustrating, trying to make up for lost time and everything else if he would find a way to make that happen like it's important to him. He knows it is to me, but I feel like I'm standing in line behind everyone else. I feel like I'm on hold indefinitely. What's 10 years anyway? Let's dedicate the rest of our lives to this. I have an eternity to wait. I'm only going to die one day. Story 57. I am in it because I love my children, but otherwise I would be long gone. It's not bad or abusive. We are just roommates. Story 58. It's amazing. Then it gets better. Then it gets worse. Then it gets better than ever. I am still waiting to see what comes next. Story 59. I have been married for almost a year, and we have been together for 8 years. I have made plenty of mistakes in life, but marrying my wife was not one. She is amazing in every way. Story 60. After being hyper-independent my entire life, it has been wonderful to have someone I can truly trust and depend on. He has always been my best friend since the day we met, and I couldn't be happier to spend my life with him. Story 61. My life as a couple is great. One partner is cultured while the other is focused solely on physical intimacy. I am looking for a third person who knows how to cook. Story 62. I'm on my 5th marriage. The key to it is to continue doing what you enjoy and not to stop your partner from doing what he enjoys. Honesty with your spouse is important for a healthy relationship. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.